Hey Cancer, this is your general tarot reading for Cancer, Sun, Moon and Ascendant or Rising sign for the month of July. Cancer, in Cancer season. Doesn't this mean that for some of you it's your birthday? So we're going to have to roll out that red carpet, pop those corks open in the champagne and tilt the crown back up because happy birthday to you, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Cancer, who are born in July. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, my beautiful, if this is your birthday month. And for those of you who had your birthday last month, I hope it went great for you. This is going to be a really interesting month for you, Cancer. There is a lot going on. But we're going to skip forward to the two big things that are going on this month. And that is on July 2nd. The solar eclipse, new moon in Cancer. This is the Cancer new moon, one every year, and it's a solar eclipse happening for you in the first house, which also happens to be the same place that the North Node of Destiny is sitting, right? So what this could mean for you, Cancer, is a whole new emotional, spiritual, and physical panorama for you, a whole new set of doors opening for you that you thought didn't exist. You thought they weren't there, and in some cases you thought that these doors would never come, that they would never be open to you. But this is where it all changes. With the new moon in Cancer, it's like a restart, emotionally, physically. Even your appearance could take a total radical change. You say, right, it's time to go in and get these new clothes going on, to get this whole new image going on, to start looking as confident as I'm now feeling. So it's really nice. I have such a gorgeous energy through this reading, Cancer. The second big event that's happening this month, a lunar eclipse. Now you're going to feel this big time because you, of course, are ruled by the moon. On July 16th, this is the full moon lunar eclipse in Capricorn, and that's happening for you in your 7th house. 7th house is a lot to do with relationships, partnerships, how other people react to you and how you react to them. And really, this is such a time, Cancer, where you are suddenly going to be changed in the way that you no longer care what other people think about you. You're no longer driven by trying to please everybody. It's like, I am coming back to me. I am going to create what I want, live a life that I want, change my life to make it in a way that I want it. And I'm not going to be so distracted or taken way off course by worrying about other people's reaction to me, and certainly not trying to drive my life ahead based on too many outside voices, too many people who are willing to tell me that I'm wrong in some way. But I see, I mean, the feeling here is so strong. Before I tuned into your energy, I actually got a good few psychic messages, and I'm kind of going to go there with that as I keep shuffling. Look, keep shuffling and do what we do. We wait on the right cards to come out, Cancer. Some of those psychic images came out where the big thing was you entering an old place, or an old place maybe that you've never been before, and suddenly having that real deja vu moment. It's like something very old seems very familiar. For some of you, it's the energy of going to an old site, like an old church, old ruins, old historical place. And in that place, even if you have never been there before, there's a kind of an awakening. There's a kind of, I have been here before. I've seen this place before. I have felt these emotions before. So it's a very strong, good, positive feeling where an old place is brought to you. Even if you don't visit it, it could be somebody showing you photographs of an old family home, an old place maybe that you grew up in. And this old image or old feeling, it kind of creates a real deja vu sense. That's what I'm feeling. And it's a kind of turning moment for you where it's like you come back home. You know who who you are. You know where you're supposed to be going. You know this feeling, and this feeling reminds me of when I was at my most powerful. So that's happening. Now, the other thing I got was you working your magic on something old and forgotten, something that other people told you could never be fixed. It can't be repaired. It can't be brought back to life. It could be a business, a house, a project, maybe even an old friendship or relationship in some cases. People are saying, this is dead in the water. It can't be brought back. And I think you've already started it. It's care, love, attention. It's your passion, your will, your real focus going in on this and saying, I am not trying to please anybody anymore. I'm going to do this because it matters to me. And I feel it, Cancer. This is very spiritually important for me, that I am going to win against all odds. And that was the big thing I saw for you there too. It is success against all odds. Everybody else said it couldn't be done. It wouldn't work. This is too big of a project. This is too much of a mess. It can't be fixed. But again, just going back, it's you. It's the magic you weave into it with pure honesty, pure devotion, pure heart, which makes this success happen. Like I said, a success against all odds. So that's very strong. But the deja vu thing is strong too. As I said, going through old doors and feeling that you've been there before. Now, the other thing that's happening too is if there was a place or a relationship that you've closed a door on because you felt it hurt you too much, maybe like not seeing certain people, not seeing maybe a certain group of people whose opinion always criticized you maybe, or who you felt you were powerless against in some way. This is a moment of you again returning with more power. It's like I can return to that place again. I can go back there and look at that again. I can see this again, and it doesn't bother me. The effect is gone. It's some negative effect, Cancer, is gone out of a situation that you had tried so hard to push back into the past. Yeah, look at the first card that comes out. It's your ruler, the moon, and we're talking about the lunar eclipse and the solar eclipse. So this is very strong. Just let me keep going with this if you don't mind, Cancer. I'll get to the cards in a second. There was this thing also for some of you of finding jewelry or opening a bag of jewelry and choosing a ring. So that's for some of you, and I think it's a gold ring and it has a red stone in it that's either garnet, ruby, or something similar to that. And I see you holding this. It's not new, perhaps. It's like an old jewelry that's found in a bag. Okay. And then for others, I definitely do see, and this is very good news for some of you, I see the end of an old relationship so that you can start with a new relationship. For some of you, this could mean getting your final decree to end a marriage, to end, it's like it's over. This is it. I'm getting the official paperwork that it's over. And some of you might say it's time. And you might either be giving a ring or receiving a ring to create a new relationship. This is weddings for some of you after, but it's important. It's after the past is gone, after it's finally over. I'm now free to get new papers, to go into a new marriage maybe, or a new business commitment. It's the old is gone and now I'm free. I can commit to somebody new. I can commit to a new project. I can commit fully to giving my passion to this person, this situation, this project, this thing. It's a new commitment, and you're taking it very, very, very seriously, Cancer. The other thing I saw there as this card was coming out there is the colour red, which I don't really often associate with you, but I saw lots of red things. I saw a red car, red jewellery, red clothing. I saw also a red, now this means two things. I saw a red flag. So I don't know, is it your hometown or you're going visiting a place who has a heraldic flag that is predominantly red? And again, there's success. There's some, if you're doing a business project and you travel to this place, it's like there's a success. This red flag, it's like a moment in time where you go through to the next level. Now, a red flag can also mean something very key here, as this card comes up, which is very much that. And that is, this is a month where you have to start watching the warning signs and symbols coming from other people. Do not let them be like waving a red rag in front of you, like the red rag to the bull. Do not get drawn into other people's aggression, because you might find that they are getting louder and louder, and maybe in some cases getting quite annoyed with you, angry with you. And you're saying, why? What's going on here? I would say to you, Cancer, if you see other people coming to you with their anger, you handle this delicately and you handle it gently, like the lady and gentleman that you are. Handle it very, very gently, because other people are acting all freaky this month maybe, and you could be very sensitive to their bad behavior. And the point is, don't push them, because these people have a kind of aggression that you don't want to be part of. In some cases, and I hope this isn't for you, if you do push somebody very far, they could get super aggressive in a way that you don't want. And in some cases, passive aggressive, that they might start hitting you with kind of letters from their lawyer and so on like that. Don't push something that can be handled delicately here, because as I said, it's other people's aggression that you have to step away from and only now focus on these new opportunities that are definitely opening up for you, Cancer. So I'm sorry, look, new opportunities, the Ace of Wands and the Ace of Pentacles coming out here. Definitely, whatever a project where you're repairing something that just seemed beyond fixing, for some of you, that could be really bringing in the coin this month. But again, I was just going to say, I'm sorry if that introduction was a little bit different and maybe long for some of you, but it's very powerful, the psychic connection with you this month. Very powerful. And I do see also, there's a man that you like. I don't know, is this an older brother, an older uncle, somebody, an older friend, somebody that you really like and trust. They seem to be very supportive of you this month in a moment where you feel that you're getting too much pressure, unnecessarily so, from other people. And you're saying, are you telling me this shit is all happening during my birthday month? Could I not just enjoy that champagne and cake or whatever is going on? You will. That's the thing. You will. And I see this month, there could be very unusual gifts coming for your birthday. Unusual. In some cases, I just see, now this is not uncommon, I mean, for a birthday, to be getting loads of parcels and packages. Now that, of course, being birthday, that is normal. But it's different. It's unexpected gifts, maybe that come through the post. It's an unexpected gift that seems to be, comes from a really nice place. And it makes you feel good. You know, of course, a gift is going to make you feel good, but I'm pointing this out because it seems to have some specific meaning. Again, it's down to a feeling. When you get this gift, it's like, I matter. This has shown me that I matter. Now you hopefully will understand what that is as we go through the month. So yeah, so that's the big energy. Now I want to just focus on other energies. You've got Mars in Leo this month as the Leo card hops out. Okay, look, Spirit is very strong with you this month. I have to tell you, Cancer. Be open, tune into your intuition. And for those of you who do have access to psychic pathways, listen and listen clearly, because I feel strong psychic bonds with you this month. And yeah, this card, the Leo card, as I'm talking about Leo, comes out. And this is all about gaining power, gaining control, feeling more healthy. I'm not going to say healthy, but it's stronger in your body, stronger in your sense of determination, feeling like I want to do everything in my life now from a place of strength, from a place of true strength, and not being afraid of anybody coming at me or attacking me kind of verbally or energetically. It's like I don't care. I feel stronger to keep going. I feel strong, but also it's money. This is money that, again, it's like against all odds. You're turning up trumps and the money is coming. Money is coming, yeah. Maybe particularly for those of you who have been putting in some hard work already into a project. Is this surprise money? Potentially. I see that potentially around July 8th. Maybe some surprise money from a family member or a surprise gift. But for the rest of you, it's a project. This project that we've been talking about, where you've been starting at the ground up when everybody else said it's too big of a task. You could get money from that. Yeah. And get a good bargain. This is the thing I'm getting a good price for something. Even for those of you who are on that curve now of maybe planning a wedding or buying a new home or something, it's the energy. I'm going to get a good price for all of this shit. I'm going to get the best of the best, but I'm going to make a bargain happen here. So that's really happening. Now here's the intuitive one, the psychic one, who has real wisdom showing up in the cards. I'm waiting on 3 more here, Cancer, but I'm just feeling that very strong energy of psychic. And I'll go there. Maybe for some of you, this is a real moment where you wake up and say, I have ignored maybe some psychic talent for too long, or intuitive talent. Maybe I have to start tuning in again. Tuning in and doing some energetic work, psychic work. Or using that as an ally, at least in my life, and not being afraid of it. Yeah. Communicating with somebody. Yeah, okay. Now, this card hops out. Ooh, okay, so you're going to feel something. I did say something could get very heavy this month. We'll go there, but I told you, handle this delicately and with very good wisdom. And you can get through this. Let me get 2 more. Yeah. Ooh. Yeah, 3 came out. I'll take the 3 of them. Yeah. And the last one was this. So wisdom. The wisdom that you use gives you strength at the end. You've 3 kings. 3 areas of strength in your passions and what you're doing, clarity in your mind, and in the coin. So there is something very strong happening, obviously, with the eclipses this month for you. But let's go over anyway to the big grand overview, Cancer. Ta-da! Your birthday cards. Your birthday cards are showing up strong. Of course, your very first card in this very psychic energy has to be the moon, your ruler, showing up and saying, I'm going to show you things, and I need you to be listening. I need you to be aware. I need you to be using your intuition here, and I need you to handle things very delicately. There are new doors opening for you and new ways through what has been a tricky situation with somebody, maybe even with a group of people who maybe were antagonizing you or giving you bad vibes. There is a way through this, but it might show up initially as being a very subtle answer, very subtle. And if you use these subtle messages or subtle ways of finding information and connecting more with your energy than what other people are, it's like confusing you. Don't let other people confuse you. You will come out on top. But I see this card again, Cancer. For your birthday, I do believe at some point throughout this month, it may not even be at the beginning of the month, there is definitely somebody bringing aggression to you. And I have to tell you, this is nothing to do with you. This is their aggression, and they are just drawn to you for some reason to vent that aggression. Again, I have to underline this. It's almost like that it's not about you, so don't take it personally. And I don't want you to get afraid. Please don't get afraid. The vibe I'm getting here is you can handle this. And it's like keep them away. Keep their aggression away, and do not fight fire with fire this month. This is a period of coming away from antagonistic people, people who want to come in with fiery energy at you. It's like you're getting a moment of clarity where you say, I don't have to respond to them. I don't have to feel antagonized by a certain situation or a person. I don't have to listen. This is not my problem. They are just being bothersome bitches. And they have decided to tune in to my Cancerian energy to vent. And they don't get that luxury anymore. This is that real energy. And I feel it. I'm just going to calm down a bit here, because I feel you at some point through the month having that real turnaround moment, energetically, emotionally saying, I am not everybody's punch bag. I am not everybody's emotional sponge. I am not everybody's trash can. I do not have to take all their problems on board. I do not have to feel bad because they're feeling bad. I don't have to become their problem. And I don't have to hold on to their bad moods, their manipulation, their aggression, their problem. And it's a very strong feeling, Cancer. And I feel it. And it's you being faced with somebody else's aggression and using your wisdom to say, I am going to take this, the feelings that they've stirred up in me, and I'm going to channel that into something more productive, into a new course of action, into a new future direction, into a new business, a new relationship, into a new sense of freedom, that I don't have to care what other people, I do not have to please them. I don't have to do it. But it's not a case of, I don't have to do anything. I don't have to. It's not like that. It's more like this person or situation has now shown me that I don't have to be weak under pressure anymore. Instead, here comes my confidence back. So there is a catalyst here. It could be coming from the fire signs, Sun, Moon or Ascendant in Aries, Leo or Sagittarius. Probably Aries. That it's a strong Leo also. It's a strong feeling of you will not put me off course. You will not try to make me somebody that I don't want to be. I have danced to this tune before, and it has confused me, and it has made me do maybe things I don't want to do in ways that I don't want to do them. Now I'm only doing what I want to do, and I'm taking great pride. This is what it's more like. I'm taking great pride in controlling this better, handling this better, ignoring them, and forging ahead with a great sense of, I'm going to succeed. but I'm not going to be drawn into a fight. Yeah, because here we see it again. If you do get drawn into a fight, Cancer, it's just not the right thing. It could get very inflamed very quickly, and it's not where I need you to be for your birthday month at all. But I can't ignore that this could be the catalyst for a rebirth in you. It's like they keep pushing you and putting you under pressure until you almost snap. But the trick here is, I don't want you to snap with aggression. I want you to snap into action, into using that energy for something very productive that you can put your passion into. Some of you could be getting very cross about an issue around children, snapping maybe with a partner or an ex-partner or a family member. Again, I really mean this, don't get drawn into fights this month. This is what you need to end. And I think you can handle it, because the universe is coming out with this gift and saying, this is power, this is progress, this is ambition, this is fire. I'm handing you this under this attack. So how are you going to use it? Now I keep saying attack, and again, Cancer, I have to double back. I do not want you to think that this is a very crazy situation. This could be very subtle. This could be just something that you recognize that pushes you always into an uncomfortable place, but you're being told you can handle this better, and I trust you to handle this better. Don't get drawn in to these aggressive battles. And again, it's Spirit saying, I am going to show you how to get through this. You are not alone. If you have very big decisions to make here, to maybe cut certain people out of your life, you are not alone. I will help you and I will show you the way. So that's very, very strong. Now here we see you being handed coin and feeling more in control. This is you, like, again, success coming when you've battled ahead, you've pushed through. It's very, 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 very quick, Cancer. It's like you've been handed this new concept that you're stronger than you thought you were, and in no time at all, you go from the ace to the king. So it's like a very quick turnaround of you now suddenly realizing that you've been wasting energy thinking about all the wrong people, things, and situations. And when you put it back right and focus your attention on something more positive and winning for you, you win. And that's why I'm saying a success against all odds. And you are definitely handed coin this month, gifts, praise. But it's more of a sense of, I am coming home to who I used to be, the person that I was proud of, the person that I believed was my own favorite person. I can see the treasure in me again. So it's not just about being handed coin for success, which will happen, but it's more like, this is who I am. I had forgotten this. This is where I'm supposed to be. This is where I am in my most powerful. And this, again, it's strength coming back. Strength, strength, strength. I said to you at the very beginning of this read, some of you are going back to a situation that you have felt you lost all strength, lost all power, maybe even got very fearful. And this is a moment where you go back and reclaim that power. Something that you feared, or some place or some situation, maybe even a legal thing that got way out of hand. For some of you, this is the month of going back, handling it better, and not approaching it from a sense of hurt, which can be the lion, you go in and attack, attack, attack. But instead crossing through and being the higher person, the healing person in this situation, and taming the beast. You see, she's walking over. This is the sign of the sun, by the way, infinity, but it's also the pathway of the sun, and the sun is in Cancer. And this month it's like with great peace, tranquility, and purity, because I know who I am again. I have found my spirit again. I can stop being the person who reacts out of a sense of fear, and I can tame that beast. See, she walks right over and she puts her hand into the most dangerous part, his jaw, the bitey part of him, and she just opens it and says, I have no fear of you. I have no fear of you. So that's very strong. It's a real turnaround moment where a lot of your fears are gone. It's like a whole new you being reborn. A new you that is not under the obligation of somebody else, under the obligation of a family member, a parent, under the obligation of somebody from your past, an ex, an old business person. It's people that you had tried to avoid. It's like I am not under obligation to them anymore, to perform in some way for them, to please them. Instead, I'm getting to work and I'm more committed, diligent, focused than ever. I'm consistent and I'm making a new law here that everything I do from now on has more power and strength in it, in such a way that other people cannot challenge me. They can't. Because if you see him, he's kind of hiding behind his work. You could say he's hiding behind it, but he's actually getting strength from it because he's shielded by so much strength and passion. The more strength and passion you have in yourself, the more shielded you are from other people. But a lot of strength going into the work that you're doing, and it continues to pay off. But I do see at some point, possibly in and around the full moon, July 16th, at some point either slightly before or even after, here's the real moment of you finally allowing something to end and handling it with great care, sensitivity, wisdom, gentleness, kindness, compassion, but also with a sense of this was always how it was supposed to be. You see, wisdom here with the High Priestess isn't very judgmental, even though she is between the two pillars of the kind of seeing a situation in black and white terms. Remember, she sits in the middle. There's one side, there's another side. There's two sides of the story, and then there's the middle, the truth. Two sides and the truth. And in the middle, she realizes that neither side is right. The truth is that I have to let something go. The truth is maybe I got myself involved in a relationship or a situation or something where I was only seeing things in terms of black and white, where maybe other people weren't giving me the truth, or in some cases maybe I wasn't using my intuition to see the truth. But now that I get it, now that I see not both sides of the story but the truth, I am allowed in my heart and soul to finally let something or somebody go. And it will feel like a disaster. It'll feel like everything is crashing around you. But this is where, like the phoenix from the flame, out of the ashes you rise again. It's like something has to fall. It has to collapse. It can no longer be supported. And you've always known it. So it's the thing of come back to your truth. Because I feel it was lies that were supporting something. Other people's lies. Maybe, I have to go there, Cancer. This is not an insult, but maybe you going along with a lie, keeping a negative situation going unnecessarily so. And now here it comes. It's going to come down. And it's the best thing to happen. And you know it. That's the point. But then very, very quickly after this happens, I can see you making huge efforts to speak to wise people, maybe lawyers, maybe people with good opinions, people with good judgment, and getting really good and quick. It's like, make this happen now. Something has collapsed, something has ended, it's over, it's finished. Now where do I go from here? I need the advice of good people. And it seems that you're being given the gift this month of finding very trustworthy people. And how do we know they're trustworthy? Because you're using your wisdom to sense their trustworthiness, to give you good advice on how to get through some situation that has to happen. These people are very key. They could be Sun, Moon or Ascendant air, Sun, Moon or Ascendant in Libra, in Aquarius or in Gemini. Gemini featuring very, very strongly there. They could also be Capricorns. They could also be Capricorns. They could also be, if it's to do with the home situation, it could be Libra. If it's to do with absolutely getting rid of something once and for all, it could be a Gemini that's helping you here. So very, very strong energy. And the extra card that came out is you feeling success on top of the world. Maybe for those of you who are dealing with a work issue, a home issue, like the actual home you live in, the bricks and mortar, a business issue. This is where at the very end, through this great moment of change, you come out on top. That's why I'm saying it's like a disaster. And even for some of you, I have to say this, that you might sense that there are other people hoping that you'll fail. That's an awful, awful situation. That's why they are real bothersome bitches. Again, using your intuition, you'll be able to sift out who they are and get rid of them. But in the end, you come out on top. It is truly a story of success against all odds. Success and feeling happy in what you're doing. And that just seems to be like your big cosmic birthday gift this month, Cancer. That was incredibly strong, and I'm glad it came up like that for your birthday. A good, strong reading, a big, bold reading. But you're going to feel those strong energies this month. Big, bold, strong energies. And remember, you're being gifted a success against all odds this month. Do not let anybody wave a red flag in front of you that pushes you into an action of aggression, or even stimulates them to take a few steps, a few unwanted steps towards you. And again, I am not saying this out of fear. Please don't be going around saying, oh God, somebody's going to attack her. It's not like that. It will be obvious. And I know for sure how protected you are by spirit this month, how your own psychic abilities, and you pay attention to the between the lines stuff, Cancer, and you will be on top, on top. My love, I'm going to leave it at that now. As you know, these are just the general birthday cards, the general landscape. To get right into the nitty-gritty of the energies this month, you know by now where to come. Come to the deep read, the VIMEO readings. They're all linked down there below in the description box. If you haven't been there before, do come along. Maybe you might find something that's interesting there. But I'll be looking forward to seeing you there either way, Cancer. And I'm going to leave it at that. Sorry, I'm going to leave you with all my love and big, big, big birthday kisses from me to you. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Until next month, my gorgeous, happy birthday.